Hello and welcome to the Understanding Narcissists YouTube channel. This episode is going to be about another thing I don't see in any textbooks. Somebody point them out in the comment section if they do see anything on this. Is that narcissists in their denial and kind of in their own fantasy, they see themselves in some way. And this is only natural because of course they're smarter than us, they're better than us, they're more capable than us, they're just everything. They're just God's gift to the world. But there's also another thing that I see again and again, especially with, it's not just with men, it's with women too. They think, I've talked about their immortality, but they also think they're invulnerable. And in particular, they think they're badass. They think that they're physically tough. Like if you really were to pick up your dukes or your guns and go fisticuffs with them, they'd knock you out in a heartbeat because they're so badass. So there's just something intimidating about them, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows you don't mess with such and such because they're just, you don't go there. They're too tough. I prefer the word badass. I don't like to curse, but it's a good term. They really think they're just really badass. And I've always tried to explain this one. I've kind of had trouble doing so. The first thought that comes to mind is that, well, children, it's kind of like they still have that childlike mindset, and so they're always physically intimidating you to begin with, and who's bigger and that kind of thing, and in their body language and it being very masculine too. They kind of aspire to be, even when they're women. There's kind of an aspiration to be kind of male, not in appearance, or demeanor, but in disposition and how people see them and regard them, because men are power. That it is, whatever you think of gender roles in general, over the course of human history, men have been the ones to achieve power and people regard as powerful. And so they like that. They aspire to that. At the same time, I also think it's just part of this instinctual thing where the predatory kind of environment and relationship between you and a narcissist that I've had, which is you're the prey and they're the predator for the most part, and they're supposed to chase you around and tell you what to do and scare you, intimidate you, and stare at you with their reptile eyes and all that kind of thing, and get you to do what they want without actually doing anything so much, without necessarily hitting you or physically hurting you, but just kind of a subtle threat and posturing, I guess is really what it is. It's posturing. And sometimes they do it, but mostly they don't, because that's dangerous, because they're not really as tough. They're not really tough in the first place, but they're also not, it's also very risky, and they know it, and they're scared of authority and police and things like that. Once things get to the physical level, it's risky for them. It's very risky. Could easily blow up their whole situation and compromise their position and everything. So those two things that's really what I've always thought to explain that situation and that kind of projection that they have, which is they're really tough. I've seen it in every single narcissist I've ever seen to some extent. They have some kind of, even if they don't wear it on their sleeve, they've got some kind of fantasy about them being combatively competent or proficient, really. Proficient. Badass. And as usual, it's never actually backed up by much of anything. And they may think about it a great deal, but I always see it, and it's always weird. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff that I think about, and I don't really know what to think of it, but I think it's interesting because I see it time and time again, and you'll probably see it too in narcissists you're wondering about. So, I guess that's sufficient for this video. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. They will intimidate you. They will harass you and physically block your way and try to corner you when they do certain things. Say to barrage you with some problem, some issue, something they have, and they're backing that by, they think that they're physically intimidating and actually really capable. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like this video if you like it, comment in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.